welcome. Good morning, everybody. My name is, as you see, Alessandro Fasana. I'm the chairman of this course, of the mechanical engineering course. I welcome all of you. I'm a bit sorry I can't see you, but well, this is the condition we are working now. As you know, there will be a short or not so short, depend on the point of view, a presentation of our course that will be given by my colleague, Professor Graziano Ubertalli, who will be, if you wish, to come at the Politecnico, who will be one of your professor during the bachelor. The presentation will be given in English. I beg your pardon for my English, but well, I'm not a native English speaker. If you wish to ask questions, please use the chat. If you wish to ask a question, you can write in Italian, if you prefer, and we will try to answer in English. Is everybody happy with English, or should we switch to sorry, I'm looking at the participants, and some of the participants do not have a typical Italian name, so I think that we will keep on with English. Yeah. So if you Italian people who wish to ask question can write in Italian, but the answer will be given in English. One of the speaker will be Fabio, who is one of our students, and he's on the other side of the desk. So if more similar to you. So feel free to ask questions both to me or to Professor Ubertalli or to Fabio. So I welcome you again, and I leave room to Professor Ubertalli.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I will have for you a brief presentation about BSc Mechanical. Well, I see the question. This is for BSc, Bachelor of Science, while for Master of Science it will be in another period. Please have a look at the timetable for that. But it should be on Friday, if I remember well. So now,
Thursday and Friday.
Yes. Now, a brief introduction. Speaking about Bachelor of Science, so we are the place. Now we are in a particular period for emergency, for COVID and so on. So everybody of us is at their room, but in the future, between some months, I hope, next year, I don't know, we can attend the courses in some well-defined place, and I will show you where. And then, introduction, a presentation of the course, what happened next, our plus, and finally some minutes for the question and answer. All right. So where? The most important place is the Politecnico of Turin in Torino. Here are present the most higher number of students that attended courses. Main entrance is in Corso Duca degli Abruzzi 24. We have also since 2006 a collaboration with the Shanghai University, La Tongji University, in which there is a double degree course and program, and students have around the same courses that we have in Torino Polytechnic, even if some courses will be attended there, also from some Chinese professor. And new from this year, from 2020, in Piedmont, in Mondovì, this is the first year for some students that are live nearer to the south of Turin, near Mondovì. Well, as concern a mechanical engineer, Bachelor of Science, the origins starts back from 1960. Sorry. And even before, when they use the Regia University of Italian rhymes. So actually, every year we have some 750 new students, we call it matricole, that are first year student. Someone is changing my... Well, and as general participation, more than 75 students do not live in Piedmont, but live in some other country, and 14% comes from outside of Italy. So there are a lot of foreign students. An engineering course in general, but mainly as concerning, sorry, someone, general information is changing my slide. So, well, the mechanical course help and improve the ability of the students to listen and also to communicate each other. Then in the study, in the lecture that they can attend, improve their ability to elaborate complex information. So they improve their know-how. So the following steps are conceiving and visualizing production system, modeling and experiments about particular application, and so speaking about subjects that deals about material science. Actually, very important. We are speaking also about material, and with material we design, produce component for engineering application. And finally, they will be able to design, they will be able to define manufacturing process, and also as concerning services. You can read the syllabus, the main important subjects of every course, in the Politecnico portal, and this is designed almost yearly and updated in collaboration with our industrial and professional partners, not only from the local Turin or Piedmont point of view, but from almost Italian industry point of view. This course can give you a solid background. I often say to students, the ABC of the engineer, on a large variety of subjects, starting from maths, physics, chemistry, and then materials, thermodynamics, cold and hot mechanics. That refers to cold mechanics refers mainly to engine, electrical machines, manufacturing process, and industrial plants. Actually, with 750 students, there are 3 classes in Italian language and 1 class in international language, that is English, and they are fully in parallel, so they have the same program, and they have parallel courses. So I want to speak some time about the method of time that we use for our courses, and we use credits. We use in Politecnico, we use in Italy, we use in Europe. In fact, one credit corresponds to one CFU that, as you can read, is called the Credito Formativo Universitario, or in English, one ECTS, European Credit Transfer and Accumulation System. And for the Polytechnic, it corresponds to 10 hours of lecture in class, or almost. Mainly, we have lectures, but we have also practice lectures with exercise, in which the student can work by themselves, can work in team, and under the supervision of the professor. Then most courses have lab experience that can be both numerical or practical. And the practical lectures will likely be replaced by virtual tours. So this experience for COVID helped us to try to arrange so these virtual tours, because effectively sometimes it's not possible to give the possibility to students to attend the laboratories when we have a class of 150, 180 students. It's really difficult to manage. So we try to do that, dividing by small group, but to improve the possibility for practice, well, all the professors are trying to develop some virtual tours. Contemporarily, it is quite interesting to visit a company, but the problem is that for the company is really difficult to organize a visit with a large number of students for safety problem. So with these virtual tours, we can also try to smell the effect of working in a company. There are some projects in groups for some courses, and some seminar from outside people that speak about their experience in particular field. So one credit means 10 hours, and 10 hours at Polito, and after that, every student need to spend N. It's a general number at home to read, to study, to try to exercise by himself, to have a collaboration with your colleague, to, at the end, learn the different subjects. Well, now, this Bachelor of Science are 3 years. So first year are reported here, the name of the subjects, but you can find the syllabus for that in the Politecnico portal. But in every case, we have the so-called semester. They start from end of September and end at the mid of January in winter. And you have 3 contemporary class: computer science, chemistry, and mathematical analysis. The number that you see on the right are the credits. Always starting from first year. After in February, mid-January and February, you have exam period, and then it starts in spring, summer, the second semester, in which there are courses of physics, 10 credits, linear algebra and geometry, 10 credits, and engineering drawing, 10 credits. This is the first year in which we have engineering drawings at the first year. Well, as general information, here you have the link to connect the Polito portal to have a look of what you see if you enter in the orientation, all right, to define which are the courses and so on. And then you can go on, it's free, and you can see the syllabus of the different courses, the number of credits, and so on. This is true for the first year, for the second year, and the third year. Well, second year, again, first semester, fall, winter, 4 class, fundamental of strength of material, mathematical analysis.
Graziano, I'm sorry, I'm Alessandro. It's already 2:15. Maybe we can skip some slides, otherwise we will be too long.
Okay.
Maybe you can shorten the presentation. Thanks.
Yes, thank you. Well, so in the second year, there are these, but you can check. And the third year, in which you have fall, winter, and spring, summer section of class. At the end, you have 3 credits for the final project, in which every student can and must well, I can say bargain with their knowledge about a well-defined subject, but followed by a Italian professor. Well, some example of laboratory in which the students can have practice. There is also the possibility to participate some team. And well, what you see on the left is the singing team. It's cover all the Polytechnic students and is not mainly engineer, even if engineer can sing too. And other that directly are connected with mechanical engineer, that concerns core. With electric car or hybrid or sailing team or by biking. And most of them participate to race and they in some year wins or something. But what is important here is the participation to this team to mechanics, electrics, electronic, and a lot of type of engineers. So a very important group. The experience is very interesting. And then exam. Well, exam, they will be written or oral, in which you have to speak about theory and exercise, and also about reports on design projects. There are 4 appelli. This is the Italian name for the exam section. Each class, each subjects for 1 year. At the moment, due to COVID, all exams are taken in remote. But, well, it does not happen for all the period of the engineer bachelor, but only in this particular period. Well, exam. You finish exam, what does happen at the end? After around 3 years, it is possible the employment in different fields, because mechanical engineer we will guarantee a large variety of knowledge and skills. So some subjects, they could be, for instance, design, maintenance, production, electromechanical component and system, industrial plant and energy companies, industrial consultancy and service, public offices, only as an example. Well, in general, actually, we see that around 10% of the students after Bachelor of Science, they in around 1 year are employed. 10%, while 90% continue and applies to Master of Science, or directly in a mechanical engineer at Polito, or in other, for instance, automotive engineer and aerospace with some depths, or material science in other university in Italy or abroad. Actually, in mechanical engineer, almost 50% of our material science students comes from other university. So a big background of experience also with the other students when we will have the possibility to be more in touch and not only in virtual condition. Well, Turin, Politecnico of Turin have the main buildings and the main class in Torino. And Torino is a quite, well, large city. Well, it depends which is the reference, of course. But there are around 900,000 citizens, and considering all the university and the Politecnico courses, there are around 100,000 college students in Torino. Politecnico is now a nice and exciting blend of cultures, and so because there are a lot of students also from foreign sites and country. The mechanical engineer Bachelor of Science guarantees solid scientific background, expertise in different areas, interdisciplinarity, know-how, ability to solve problem, attitude to learn novel skill and take a new issue. This is our work of professor. The course that we do have the aim to prepare you, and every student is a challenge for the development of industrial application and engineer application. So that's all. I hope that was not too boring for you. I hope it was clear. Now there is time for questions, and I see there are a lot of questions, but I don't follow that. So if Alessandro can help me about that.
Yeah, I was answering some questions during the talk. Maybe I can ask a question just to break the ice. Then we can let other students to enter the discussion. So what do you mean with capital N hours at home? How large is this capital N? So, well, this capital N may be, well, we must admit, may be quite large. Maybe I will leave space to Fabio after that. But this capital N is also a good way to meet people. I mean, I hope you, after this period, I hope everybody will be back in Torino, and so students will be able to study together, which is one of the most important experiences you can do. It's quite boring and not so exciting to study at home. Of course, you will have to stay at home, study, and remember all the subjects you've been given. But the most important part is, I think, to get an interaction with other students, because you can learn a lot from other students. You can learn your capabilities and your strength, and you can also learn what are your your deficiencies. So you can, by performing this interaction with other students, you will learn a lot of yourself as well. So I can ask question to Fabio. How large is an hour at home, in your experience?
Yes. Well, it really depends, of course, on the students that you are, but from my experience, as also suggested by Professor Fasana, I agree that, I mean, when you decide to apply to Politecnico, you know that you are gonna study a lot of hours and you're gonna put a lot of effort in what you're doing. So what matters the most is to find something that really passionates you and that you really like. So in this sense, also having the possibility to meet new people, have discussions about technical subjects, but also about other things is really enriching. So what I invite you to focus on is not just the number of hours, but the quality of these hours and the possibility to interact with other people which probably have your same interests and will make the passion for the things you're studying even grow. So if you like what you're doing, then you won't feel the weight of these hours. Of course, if you don't like it and you're not able to interact and have a lot of interaction opportunities, then it can be a little bit heavier, but it really depends.
Maybe I'm Fazan again. Maybe I can use Michele question to give a bit more comprehensive answer to him. So Michele was asking, after these 3 years of bachelor, what are the courses of the Politecnico you can access to? Well, I wrote here automotive engineering, aerospace engineering, mechatronic engineering as well. All of them, the access is quite simple, and yes, you can also skip to biomedical engineering. The problem is that very often you will be asked to fill your debits, because for example, if you apply for a biomedical engineering, your background on I would say the chemical and biological part will not be so full. So you will be asked to fill your debits before entering the master. Yeah, I'm answering to Mr. Giuseppe. Is it possible to work and at the same time take the lectures? Yes, it is possible. It is no more compulsory to be at the Politecnico to get the degree. All our courses, all the subjects that are listed here, first year, second year, third year, all of them have been recorded in the past years and again this year. So all of them are at disposal. Your presence at the Politecnico is not compulsory, and you can apply, you can follow all the lectures. It will not be simple because well, time will be few to study, but yes, it is possible. And yeah, hold on, don't write all together. Just let me. Yeah, I'm asking the question to Victoria. What happens if after the first year you wish to change your course? The situation is quite simple, because as you can see here, the first year is all the courses of the first year are in common to all the bachelors. So everybody, mechanical engineering, aerospace engineering, biomedical engineering, and so on, all of them have got computer science, chemistry, maths, physics, and algebra. Only engineering drawing is typical of mechanical engineering. So if you are able to pass all these 5 exams, all of them will be recognized moving to another course, which of course I do not suggest. I hope everybody will be at mechanical engineering.
And you will be happy to attend that.
Yeah, I'm pressing for that. But yes, it is possible. There are some technical limitations, but okay, you will learn about them when you are at the Politecnico. Davide, I didn't hear if you offered a year abroad or an intercalation year. Well, no, actually, the year abroad is not present. Only students who are taking the polytongue, only the students who are taking the polytongue, the so-called polytongue direction, the polytongue track, will spend the second year in Shanghai. So Italian students will go to Shanghai for the second year, take all the courses and give all the exams there, and be back for the third year. The Tongji track is completely given in English, also in Shanghai, but you will be asked to take a Chinese language course. So this is the only chance for an extra Politecnico exchange.
If you want, I can respond to Danilo Pacella. Yeah. Well, actually, it is defined so from the Italian Ministry of Research and Industry that in the first semester, so starting from end of September, October, the class will be not in presence, but as recorded, and you can download, right? Almost for the first semester. Then it depends on the time of emergency.